What's up, fellas? Johnny Cooper 64 is back, this time for good. I've been constantly going to hiatus and back to hiatus and again ever since Nitro has been released. But I got a cool new PC which makes everything run much more smoother than a butter, and I don't think that's even possible. But anyways, Beanox has been releasing constant updates with the Grand Prix coming out every month. We got the Long Night Grand Prix with Tana and the now called Nitro Squad. Jurassic Park meets Back to the Future Grand Prix with Baby T and the Babies. Dragon Tales Grand Prix, which in my opinion is the worst one in track design, but gave us Spyro and a friend and an enemy, despite the Grand Prix titling it Spyro and Friends. And Nightmare Before Christmas, which gave us the goth girl Nina and the rest of the Insane Trilogy characters, with the exception of Qualicon. But folks, this is where we get into the point of the video, into the details, folks. I'm late on this, but better late than never. Beta M, the mastermind behind most of the Grand Prix coding leaks, has decoded the November Grand Prix named Neon Circus Grand Prix, which shows us the character list and some of the cards. In the Neon Circus Grand Prix, we are getting the de facto protagonist of the Grand Prix, which is that of Pasadena Opossum, which was the most requested character along with Nina and Embryo. We're also getting Ebenezer Von Clutch, which marks all the playable characters in Crash Team Racing, Crash Nitro Kart, and Crash Tag Team Racing console versions, because Beanox still hasn't given us Emperor Velo Thanos version. Then we get our final main character in the Insane Trilogy, Koala Kong. Now the Grand Prix track is almost certainly centered around Koala Kong, making him the main guy of the November show, which is explained as you zoom into the picture, you can kind of see Koala Kong's face, or at least something that resembles his face. It also fits since carnivals have these strong muscular individuals during their plays, and Koala resembles that very much. In a way, I hope we got the amusement park, but this carnival seems new and refreshing than the other tracks we've seen. Now the character to fit the theme of November/Thanksgiving, King Paul III, he used to be named King Chicken. Now this is a brand new original character that Beanox made, so do not steal, folks. Alright, so we don't know much about this character. However, on Reddit, people have said his name, King Paul III, resembles Paul III, which is a thing that involves chickens in a level called Poultry's Revenge. But that's all we have on this particular character, other than he fits the theme of Thanksgiving. Now, the cards we have is Fairy Mobile, Junkalon Prime, I think that's how you pronounce it, and Pressurizer. And here are the confirmed characters who will get the Grand Prix skins for November. Amy, Cortex, Isabella, Liz, Megumi, Nash, Engine, Penta, and Koala Kong, who will get the legendary skin. Now we don't know what the skin is going to be, but it will most likely resemble the theme of either Thanksgiving or the carnival. There's also another fake Crash skin, which will be the Hillbilly Fake Crash, and that is all we have on the November Grand Prix. How can we confirm this? Well, before the Firehawk jet came out, which did for those who don't know, and you can purchase it for $1.99 to support the Army, US Army to be exact, I think. The Firehawk was previously called the Veteran in a Switch leak that came out months ago, where someone got the plane. However, it didn't come out till this month, October, which confirms the data mine. Now, we don't have the data mine for the Christmas Grand Prix, but here are my character predictions. In the cover for the final Grand Prix of the year, we have a silhouette of a brand new original character. However, he looks to be the protagonist of this Grand Prix, which is the first time of for an original character and not a remaining existing character. He resembles the character Fasty, which was supposed to be in CTR, I think, or at least someone from Naughty Dog drew it, and now Beanox decided to use the drawing and modify it since it's popular in the Crash community, adding antlers and making him a reindeer, moose, or elk. Now Fasty has a jet jacket, which could mean that jet-like vehicles like the Firehawk one will be introduced without you having to pay for it. Now for characters, there could be original new characters that Beanox wants to introduce in the Crash series, or it could just be old characters that they want to bring back. There's still the Twin Sanity characters like the Evil Twins and Evil Crash. People also want Evil Coco, but she was a cut character from the game. But say she does, we have 3 characters, or 4 since there's 2 Evil Twins. But it would be better if they were in a single card, both of them just in a single card. Unless they make them very distinctive from one another, like Small Norm and Big Norm, then they shall be the same character. Now, I don't think these characters will be in the Christmas Grand Prix. I think Beanox will give Twin Sanity its own track, not the Academy of Evil, since that will resemble Nina's track a lot, which will lead to only 2 places, Twin Sanity's Island or Cortex's Iceberg Lab. There's already too many tracks with winter theme, 3 to be exact, so this will feel kind of repetitive. But say it does. it will be a January Grand Prix, due to winter still being a thing in that time of the year. But my bet is on Twinsanity Island being the track. Why? Well, it's the track that fits all these 4 characters. It's the Evil Twins' island, and Evil Crash lives there, along with Evil Coco, but you know, she was a cut character. But yeah, it will be cool to see the island back again as a track. Maybe even connecting it to the final level in the game, Ant Agony, and seeing the giant robot in the background, you know, that'll be kind of cool. Or even a better idea that I just thought of. Maybe it will just be like the Spyro track or Emperor Velo track from Nitro Card, where you teleport to different parts of the tracks. Basically, we have a certain part of the track being Cortex's Iceberg Lab, then we go into the purple portal from Twinsanity, go inside Twinsanity Island, and so on and so forth. I most likely think we'll get a track for Twinsanity because Beanox even acknowledged the game in Nina's track, where there's a picture of her and the evil twins along with Madame Amberly and young Cortex. Now there's this new leak that I've seen on Twitter via 4chan where a guy who supposedly got leaks right before said the following. Hi everyone guys, today I am on this board to reveal the post-launch contents of CTR Nitro Field. After the December Grand Prix there will be 3 more seasons. From the Grand Prix of November onwards we will always have 4 characters. This is what I can say so far. If there are updates, I will write it on this board. See ya. Nice. So what happens after those 9 Grand Prix? Do they restart from back in time? And OP replies with, from Nitro Tour. Now, according to him, from now on till March, which is when the final Grand Prix will release, we will be getting 4 characters. Now, there really isn't much Crash characters left that I can see them using from January onwards. Now that we predicted the Twinsanity track, I can only think of maybe characters from the Mind Over Mutant games, which is only mutants, or even a crossover Grand Prix with Skylanders, which will most likely promote a new Skylanders game. I mean, Activision lost the Destiny IP, which will only mean that they need more IPs that they need to use. One of them being the Skylanders, whom sold a lot in the past, at least the first 4. I presume they're reinventing new ways to use it. They might use one of the Grand Prix and shove them there. Either that or another Spyro Grand Prix, which will make sense since Ripto and the Sorceress were in the data mine September's Grand Prix but were axed, possibly saving them for another Spyro track. But we did say there will be 4 characters from now on, right? But it's possible that we might get another 2 Spyro characters in there as well, which my guess will most likely be Bianca and Alora, if they can get the voice actors first, of course, who are the most requested characters for the Spyro series. But also could be characters that were part of the data mine, like Baby Cortex and Baby Entropy, who were also axed from the Back in Time Grand Prix. That way we have equal balance of Spyro characters and Crash characters for that Grand Prix. Now if that is one of the Grand Prix, I'll predict it will be in February, followed by the Twinsanity track. Now we lost ourselves with the December Grand Prix a little bit, so let's get back to that. This will be a perfect track to feature the 2 characters that people want, Rillaru and Yaya Panda. Rillaru was in a data mine from like July, so I certainly think he will be a December character Grand Prix. Then Yaya Panda and Viscount, I think that's how you say his name, who is the main antagonist in Crash Boom Bang. After that, there is no more singular characters from spin-off games left out. So then comes the Twinsanity Grand Prix in January. February is the somewhat Spyro Grand Prix, which will leave us to the final Grand Prix in March. Now here is where I think Emperor Velo will return. He was part of the data mine along with Chick and Stu, who are the once running Crash TV news, which will be perfect in lore-wise for them to be in the last Grand Prix, as it's the last. Then Willy Wumpa Cheeks will make his return in there as well. He was part of the data mine, so those are the final Grand Prix characters for the March release. Now, after writing this whole script, I've come to realize Chinese New Year is in January. The next year of the Dragon is in February of 2024. But for the sake of this year, they combine both in January, which will mean Yaya Panda is the main center character for that Grand Prix and have Ripito and the Sorceress in there. Since it will fit the whole year of the Dragon type of deal with the Spyro series, the 4th character could be Viscount, you know, and that way we can also make it equal with Crash and Spyro characters for that Grand Prix. Then we'll just have Baby Cortex and Baby Entropy in the December's Grand Prix with Fasty and Rillaru. Then the Twinsanity Grand Prix will be moved to February and the final Grand Prix remains the same. Completing the data mine characters, the Chinese New Year track will have the Wall of China from Crash 3 as the main track. The final track for March's Grand Prix will most likely be the amusement park from Tag Team Racing, since we're having Chick, Stu, and Wumpa Cheeks. Those are my predictions for December, January, February, and March's Grand Prix. And as the leak says, the Grand Prix will restart all over again to Nitro Tour from April, the end of the year. And it makes sense, there's 9 Grand Prix in total, and repeating them from April will fill up the whole year, making the final Grand Prix in December of 2020 in its 2nd cycle, also making the final time they'll support the game. What are your thoughts on my predictions with these leaks that were rumored? Which version do you like better? better in terms of the Grand Prix for each month? Let me know in the comment section below, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.